Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Killstar haul, which I haven't done for quite a few months now. So if you like Killstar hauls or any type of fashion hauls, then please do subscribe. I do have quite a lot of videos about those types of topics. So yeah, and I will get into the video now. So the last time I placed a Killstar order was in March. So I haven't actually bought from the Killstar website for quite a while. They do tend to release their new collections nearly every single Monday, whether it's like shoes, homeware, clothing, anything. But for the past few months, nothing's really appealed to me. Like, they've released the Skellington range, which I wasn't really a fan of. They've released a lot of kind of basic things which I already have from like Primark or New Look or something like that, you know, like fishnet tops and like lace things. So although it's been nice, and I think it's nice for them to do a variety of different styles, nothing's really stood out to me lately until they brought out two collections. One of them's the second newest because they have just released homeware and lifestyle and all that, but two of them are from like quite a few previous collections. So I will be going through 3 tops in this video, not a variety, but those were the things I really wanted. So I will go through the harness top first. So this one is the Lydia Harness top, and you've probably seen this one. I think it's quite a popular one, and it's this kind of vest top style with like loads and loads of detail on it. So when this came out, I immediately wanted it, but I figured because we were still in lockdown at the time, there wasn't really anywhere to wear it. But I am going to Nando's on Wednesday, so I might wear this to that because that's the biggest event I have right now. So yeah, I thought I'd get this one, and it's kind of what I expected, and it looks really flattering. So as I said, it is called the Lydia Harness top. They do have this one also in purple. I was torn between the black and the purple, but I thought the black would match more, and I've got loads and loads of different skirts I can wear this with, whereas the purple one I feel like I'd find it harder to match, so I probably wouldn't wear it as much. So I did go for the black in the end, and I did get this in a small. So like normal, I will go through all the main details and then sizing, quality, all of that stuff after, and then as normal I would do a try on of each piece of clothing. So I will start at the top as always, and as I said, it's kind of like vest top like, so it does have these kind of thickish straps, like they are quite thick, and then they have this really cute frilly lace on the sleeves, which just gives it like a really cute, elegant look. So it's just like a small piece of lace, but it just gives a really nice effect. Like, it kind of adds more to the shoulders rather than just plain straps. And then down the front it goes into the main kind of pentagram design. Hopefully my camera will focus on that, but it is just a simple pentagram. They do have this design on quite a few tops. I don't think my camera focused on that at all. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. You will see it better in the try on section as well, but then it does all connect by this little metal loop in the center there, but then that does also connect to the top. Now the pentagram itself isn't adjustable, but the straps are on the back, so you can like adjust this, but you can't adjust the pentagram. And then below the pentagram it comes onto the actual top part. So again, it's got this really pretty lace that matches the lace on the top of the straps, and then it goes down. It kind of has like a cup detail, but it's not padded or anything, it's just like the way it's been stitched. And then also below there, there's this really nice panel of lace that also has this kind of frill detail underneath it, so it ties in really well together. So you've got like the lace on the straps, the lace around the neckline, and then also the lace below the neckline. It kind of is plain on this section, like around your stomach, and then further down it also has more lace. So it's got a lace trim around the bottom of the t-shirt, and then also along the sides it's got like 2 panels that are cut out that have lace, so they are kind of see-through on the side areas, if that makes sense. So if this is the front of the top, this bit is completely see-through as well as this bit. So it does kind of go into like a V shape. So if you wore this with a skirt and you tuck it in, you wouldn't really see that. So if you are concerned about whether you don't want to show that part of your hips, then if you tuck it into a skirt, that's not too much of an issue. I don't really mind it, but I will be tucking it into skirts anyway, so it's not a big deal or anything. And then on the back of it, again, kind of like a simple vest top, but there is this huge zip going down the middle of it, and it doesn't seem stiff at all. When I went to do this up before I filmed this video, it did catch and like pull, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, please tell me I've just not broken the zip. But it was just because this bit wasn't inside the metal bit properly. But I have tried this on and I haven't had any issues doing it up or anything, so I'd say for the moment this seems like a good quality. So that's kind of the main features of this top. The tag is one I've had before. It's just these kind of skeleton twin things that says "We are the weirdos, Killstar." And then again, I've had this one quite a few times, and it says "You will be too much for some people, those aren't your people." So they always do have little messages in the tag, and again, the tag does match the label inside the clothing. That's kind of the main details for kind of a smaller top, because it is a vest top, it's not like long sleeved. It does have a lot of detail on it, and I really like the whole effect. I've seen someone on the Killstar group, which is always linked below if you want to join the Killstar group on Facebook. She wore this with like a maxi skirt and it looked so pretty, so I would kind of like to do that too. I just don't have a maxi skirt. Now, material wise, it's kind of like one of those, it looks almost denim-y, but it's not denim at all because I don't really like wearing denim too much. But it does have stretch to it. So as you can see, it does have quite a lot of stretch. It's not like that, what's that material? Kind of drapey dress material. It's not like that, that's always like viscose or viscous or something. I'm not too sure what this material is. Okay, so it says 72% rayon, 24% nylon and 4% elastane. So yeah, it's not that viscose material. So it is very, very stretchy, which I really liked. However, when I put this on, as I said, I got it in a size small, which I believe is a UK 8. It fit really, really well. Like the chest area fit really well. The pentagram wasn't like gapey to the point where I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wear this. Like the, I think it's called the Lydia nightlife dress or something. I'll put a photo here because I did kind of review that dress in my Killstar best and worst, and I said the whole reason I didn't like that was because the pentagram gaped and it didn't look flattering at all. And I did get that in like the same size as this, but this pentagram seems to sit really, really well and it is flattering, so that's nice for a change. And as I said, these straps are adjustable, so that does help with that too. But the only issue I had with it, like it fit across the stomach and everything, was the whole thing is stretchy, which is great, apart from this, like, I'm not sure what you'd call this, but it's like the kind of line that sits around the base of the top. So you've got the lace and then you've got this kind of piece of material that's been stitched to kind of connect this piece of lace, so like this. Again, I'm not sure what it's called, but this sits right on the hips, and for me it's a tiny bit too tight where you can really feel it digging in. Now, it's not too much of a problem for me because, as I said, I'm going to be wearing it with skirts, so I can always like lift it up a bit higher so it doesn't like sit all the way down, if that makes sense. But there's not a lot of room there at all, and that's not really what I expected because the whole top is stretchy, so I didn't expect this to be an issue. But because it is purely lace, like the only part that's stretchy is this bit and this bit, it doesn't really matter because this line just isn't stretchy at all because most of it is lace, if that makes sense. Again, I'll show you better on the try on. I did think that's something to note because if I went up a size in the top, I don't think the chest and the stomach would fit flatteringly, but then the kind of baseline would fit better. So I'm glad I got this size because I'm going to be tucking it into skirts. I don't know how many times I have to say that. So overall, I'm really happy with this. I think the quality is really nice. I feel like this is definitely a summer piece, or you could wear it spring and autumn with a light cardigan. I think that would look really cool. Like almost a floor length thinnish cardigan with like a belt with winkle pickers. I think that would be really, really cool. I'm not sure how I'm going to style it on Wednesday. I might do an outfit of the day, but I haven't planned what I'm going to wear with it yet. So that might be up, it might not. But yeah, so that's the first top. Originally cost £32.99. Now that is quite pricey for a top in my opinion. I'd spend like £30 to £40 on a dress, so for that price for a top I'm not 100% sure I'd pay that for it, because it is at the end of the day a vest top. So I did wait until they had a 25% off coupon for all tops, so that's why I've bought all tops. So I did get this one for £24.74, which is a lot better of a price in my opinion. I nearly got £10 off, so definitely worth it for that. But yeah, so that's the Lydia Harness top. I'd say sizing mainly okay, and quality is definitely there. Like the lace doesn't feel itchy or anything, so yeah, really pleased with this one. Next I will change it up a bit and I will go on to the newest item in this haul that they've released. And if you've watched my monthly favourites video, which I'll link in the eye if you want to go and see that after, I did mention that my favourite TV show at the moment is The Vampire Diaries, and I've just kind of been a bit obsessed. So when they released their vampire collection, I was like, oh my gosh, did this just happen? Because it was literally when I just started watching it, and then they released that and I was like, yes. So I was very torn between which one to get, because there was two that I really, really liked. So there's this one, which is the Dial Vamp Ringer top, and Ringer is this kind of design with the kind of neckline and sleeves outlined in a colour, and then this is the design. But they also had another one that said drink more blood, and it's got this like goblet with these hands around it with like long nails, and it says like 100% fresh, which is just hilarious, and I really, really want that one too. But they also came out with a mug in that design, which I want even more. Again, I have done a mug collection too. Not sure if that will be up before this. It might be. If it is, I'll link it in the eye if you're interested in a mug collection. I know it's a weird video, but I'd watch it if someone put out a mug collection. So I thought I'd get that matching top with the matching mug, so that will probably be my next haul I do from Killstar, because those are the two items I'm definitely after next. But I thought for now I'd get this one because I really liked the fact that there was like a vampire on the top, whereas the other one is like a goblet, if that makes sense. So this is quite a plain design apart from the print. As I said, it is just like a t-shirt. This is definitely a kind of slimmer fit. It's not oversized and it's not like a unisex t-shirt. I think this would look good with either skirts, like a red skirt, that would look cool, or also like black denim shorts, which I don't have, but I've got the perfect belt to wear with them when I do get them. So yeah, I think this could be worn many different ways. Again, starting at the top, now the label is different in this one, and I don't think I've had this. I definitely haven't had the saying. So the label is kind of this skull with potions and hands and stuff, kind of witchy looking. And then this has got to be my best saying yet. So this says, some people look for a spooky place, others make a place spooky. So that's definitely my favourite saying that they've had on their clothing for a while. I'm kind of sick of the, oh, what's it? You'll be too much for those people. It's like I've had that 1,000 times. So I'm glad they've changed it up for this collection. And the tag is exactly the same, apart from it says abracadabra, I don't know why I couldn't say that. It does say that along the top, and then the tag is exactly the same. They do have this print, I believe, in a men's t-shirt, a vest top, so they are starting to put prints and designs on a variety of things, which is why they tend to have more in their collections. But this t-shirt was definitely my favorite. So to start with, it has this really nice red neckline outline, which is why it's called a ringer top, and again that matches the sleeves, and I really like that it's in red. It just ties it in nicely with the print. And then starting at the top, there is this kind of like a cathedral window, it kind of reminds me of, with all these sparkles, which is just adorable. And then there is a vampire. I'd imagine that's Dracula because it looks kind of like Dracula. And then all these bats, which definitely sold it to me because I love that this one had bats on. I'm not sure if the other one does. And the print is actually like the red and the white, so this black is just the t-shirt material. And then it's got his hands, and then under that it says blood is the life, Killstar. And then below that it says talk live to other vampires, hotline, call now 666 vamp, $6.66 per lifetime for the 6 feet under. And it's kind of like a coupon that you'd cut out. And then it says undead and under 18, please obtain parental permission before calling. So a lot going on down there. I definitely liked the whole blood is the life thing. I mean, I'm not too bothered by this, but it's there. And I like the whole font that they've used. It looks really, really cool. And then it does say Killstar under there. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realise that. Because I've got some of them at Goth Tops and they have sayings in the like Killstar thing, and this says let's get spooky, so that's adorable. So it does say that. Now, from me holding that up, you'll probably notice that you can see through this top. So, as I've gone through the main features of that, I'll go on to quality next. So if I hold this up, like with both pieces of material, you can't see through it. But as soon as I hold up one, you can kind of see through it a little bit. I'd say with light, that definitely, yeah. See, when the light kind of gets brighter, you can almost see me completely through it. But it's one of those tops that you hold it up to light and you can see through it, but when you wear it, you can't see through it, which I've had quite a lot of times from Killstar and other companies, and it doesn't bother me if when I wear it, it's not see-through. If I wore it and it's see-through, I wouldn't be very happy because this isn't a cheap top. But yeah, so I'm not too bothered by this, but I would say the material is a little thinner than I expected. It's still a nice quality, it's just not as thick. Did cost £22.99, and I didn't get any money off of this one, which explains how much I really wanted this top. So because this was one of the new pieces in the collection, they don't offer discounts on the new editions until they go past the new page, if that makes sense. So as soon as they release more stuff and it pushes them down into just tops, then they can have the discount code. But I figured as this was already like in the 20s, I was like, I really, really want it. And it's something very kind of simple that you could just chuck on with a velvet skirt. It's kind of like this top I'm wearing from Disturbia. Like, it's kind of casual, and if you are in the house, you could still wear it because it's not over the top or anything. I was fairly happy with this one. It fit really nicely and everything. I did get it in a small and it fits well. I would say it's kind of on the shorter side, not like a crop top, but kind of exactly like this one, to be honest. You could tuck it into a skirt and it would look like really, really nice, but it's not like a top you'd wear with leggings or anything because it's not that long. Again, you'll see in the try on. Yeah, overall, really, really pleased with this. It's nice to see some new sayings in their labels. Just quickly about the quality of the print. From what I heard in the Killstar group, some people weren't happy with the print. Now, I haven't washed this or anything. It did come with tissue paper like between it. I am a bit concerned if something happens to it in the wash. As I talked about again in that Killstar best and worst, I will link it. I did get their ghost skirt from quite a few years ago and the print felt very, very tacky, and when I put it in the wash it stuck to each other, but there was quite a lot of print all over the skirt. This doesn't seem to be like that because there's not like a huge amount of print in one area. The most amount of print is this big kind of piece of red because the black is just the top. So it doesn't feel tacky like that, but you can definitely feel the print on the top. Maybe something to watch out for, but I can't really say at the moment because I haven't washed it. So I'm hoping it will be okay and everything. From folding it back up, it hasn't stuck, so that's a good sign. Now, something I wasn't expecting is with the sleeves, these are very, very tight. So although they stretch, as you can see, they always go back to like their original sizing. So this is kind of the arm hole, I guess. And when I put this on, this did feel quite tight. So like with this, there's definitely like room around it here. But this, there was like no room whatsoever. It was kind of like very tightly on my arm, and I don't have like larger arms. I'd say I've got quite small arms, so if you do have like larger upper arms, maybe size up with this one, because that is something I definitely noticed about this top. But overall I am happy with this. And lastly in this haul is another top, and this is probably the fanciest one I've ordered in quite a long time. So I originally saw this and I loved it, but I kind of discounted it discounted? Is that? I don't know if I'm using that right. Discarded, I think that's what I meant to use. Discarded it immediately because I thought, when am I ever gonna wear that? And the more I looked at it and I looked at other people's photos, and I know Arinthia got hers and she paired it with a Hell Bunny dress and it looked really, really nice, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just really, really want it. And it also has a pointy collar, which just made me think of like vampire vibes, so that just made me want it even more. So this is called the Meave Ruffle Blouse in black. So they also do this in purple, just like the pentagram harness top that I showed you. These did come out in the same collection, so they're kind of fancy lace over the top, witchy, like that kind of vibe to them. But yeah, they do also do this in purple, but the lace is still black, so there's like more of a contrast. But I thought, whenever I saw the models with this kind of collar, their hair kind of covered it, so it looked a bit more toned down in a way. Because my hair's quite short, the collar's going to be like on full display. So I was like, I'll go for black because it's just kind of my safer option, because it does blend in with the top. Like, I don't want these like two things just like sticking out when I've got nothing really to tie it in, if that makes sense. So I did go for the black in the end, and again I figured I could wear kind of all my skirts with this rather than being tied down to, oh, I can only wear black or a purple that matches perfectly. So I did get this top in black. So just quickly, the tag does look exactly the same as the pentagram one, and so does the label. And it has exactly the same saying, which I'm very bored of. So hopefully when I order new things, they will have that spooky saying in, because I really liked that. Okay, so I will go through the main details of this first, as I have for everything else. So to start with, it has this collar. So this is kind of the main standout feature. So it is just like a standard black collar. It's not stitched, so you can like put necklaces under it. And then it goes down into this huge over the top collar. So this is very, very long. It almost comes down to the sleeves. In fact, it does. So the sleeve ends here and then the collar's like right there. Now in the photo, it does look quite a big collar, but it definitely is longer in person than I thought it would be. But I do really like that feature, and that's kind of why I bought it. And then it's got buttons all the way down. So these are actually like proper buttons, like you have to put them through the holes. They're not like poppers or anything. I think it would have been slightly easier if they were poppers, kind of like the Lily and Lies dress, because sometimes it's not too hard to undo them. Like, it's not difficult, but the hole just about fits the button through. Like, I find doing the button up when the top's not on, it's kind of easier, but when it is on, it's a little bit more difficult. And there are quite a few buttons going down all the top, so it's definitely not a piece that's quick to put on or anything. But I'd say the buttons do feel like they're on there really well. They don't feel like they're going to come off or anything. So I'd say the quality is really nice, and they are slightly glossy, which give a nice effect too. And then below this huge over the top collar, there is this massive piece of lace that goes across kind of all the front of the top. So this comes down about halfway, maybe just a bit shorter. So when it's on, it does kind of sit like this. I'm not sure what this style is, but I believe in history they used to have this like huge ruffle here. I can't remember, is it Edwardian? I'm not sure, but it's some kind of like very fancy historic feature, and I really liked that about it. This is like full-on lace, so it is stitched to each side because you have to undo the buttons. So there's this kind of under part, and then there's one part that sits on top to kind of give it that ruffly look, and that's repeated on the other side. When you wear it, this does kind of sit properly. It's just because I don't have a hanger and I'm holding it with one hand that it does want to go into the center, but it does sit really well, especially when the collar's on top of it. It kind of holds it in place a bit better. And then again, it's just repeated on the other side. So that's what this looks like. Now, the only issue I've had with this is on this piece, you can probably see how well it's finished off. Like, everything's been sewn under, if that makes sense. Whereas on the other side, I think it's due to the lace. There's this kind of like ripped pattern that kind of looks a bit like ripped tights, if you can see that, but I think it's just part of the lace. But then you can see underneath, it's got these kind of like parts down here where it's been cut. Hopefully you can see that, where it doesn't look as nicely finished off as the other side. Like, the other side is really neat, but it has been stitched. It just looks like they didn't leave enough material to fold it under properly. I mean, honestly, that is something I could maybe complain about, but I think it just goes with the top. It's not really noticeable to me because it is just a huge frill, and the collar sits on top of it anyway, so that is something to be aware of. But again, it's not a huge issue to me because I feel like that's just how the lace has been done. If I would have paid £32.99, maybe I would have been a bit more upset, because that is, you know, quite expensive for a top, but then this is quite a detailed one. So it's whether you think that's a big deal or not, but I thought it's worth mentioning because I did spot that when I was having a closer look at it. So going down further, it's just kind of a plain material, and it is more of like a structured material, which is nice, but it's not too structured that you like can't move your arms or anything, because that's the worst feeling. And then the last part to talk about is the sleeves. Oh, this also does kind of go into a circle, like a, not a circle, like a half circle at the bottom too. Now the sleeves are very cute, and whenever something has this sleeve, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. So this is one of the like puffy sleeves, so it does have this kind of stitching that makes it puff up at the top, giving it like Lolita Victorian vibes, which I just love. And then going down, like where the sleeve opens up for your arm, it does have this really nice lace trim all the way around it, which just gives a really nice effect, and also ties it in well with the frill on the front. So quality wise, I'd say this is really nice. The material again has a slight bit of stretch. It feels a little bit different to the pentagram top. I wouldn't say it's as stretchy, but it definitely has like a tiny bit of stretch. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a stretchy material though, it just has a little bit of give. This material is 97% cotton and 3% elastane, and the tag for this one is this little snake on a moon, and they do also include an extra button, which is good just in case something happened to the other one, you've got a replacement. I'd say size wise it's true to size. I have heard of people sizing up for this one if you are larger in the chest area. Then I have heard people advising to size up. For me, that's not a big issue, so this does fit really, really well. The sleeves here are stretchy, but yeah, so overall I'd say the quality is nice. Apart from that one piece of unfinished lace at the front, the sizing is fairly accurate, and I am really happy with this. I'm not sure where I'm gonna wear it. That was my Killstar order. So just to recap, I got the harness top for £24.74 with the 25% off discount. The vampire top was £22.99, which was full price, and then the ruffle blouse that I just showed you was originally £32.99, the same price as the Lydia top, but I got it for £24.74. So my total was £72.47, but I did manage to just hit 750 points, which gave me a £5 voucher. I was literally like waiting, and I'd go on the website and get 1 point, and I was on 749, so I just hit it. I managed to take off a £5 voucher, which just made it a bit better. So it was actually £67.47, and then of course if you spend over £50 you do get free delivery. So yeah, I felt like 67 for delivery and 3 tops from Killstar was quite a good price. And also that's why I did pick up that vampire top full price, because I did also get 5 off. So that was my order from Killstar. As I said, really happy with all 3 pieces. There are like quality things about both that's a bit off, but overall I am really happy with them. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Comment down below which was your favourite top, and if you've picked up anything in the Killstar recent sale. I know right now they're doing 30% off clearance. They do tend to do sales quite frequently, which is why I never pay full price for anything usually. Remember to press the notification bell so you can be notified when I do upload. And also, as I said, please do subscribe if you like these types of videos. I do outfit of the days, fashion hauls, quite a lot of fashion hauls, Killstar hauls, small business reviews, that kind of thing. So definitely a variety. I mean, the majority is hauls because I am just a spendaholic. I also do monthly favourites and collections and that kind of thing too. Please do subscribe if you'd like to see more of that, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.